Today, we are going to watch a movie that may initially seem different from what it appears to be. It is a movie that delves into dark and cruel themes, so get ready and let's begin. The movie starts by introducing us to a young unicorn named Maria, peacefully walking through a magical forest, her home. Suddenly, she hears her mother's voice calling out to her. Intrigued, Maria follows the sound and arrives at the ruins of a dark monastery, where she encounters a group of mischievous monkeys. However, her journey takes a terrifying turn when she is cornered by a horrifying beast that attempts to attack her. In a moment of quick thinking, Maria manages to escape. Keep this monster in mind because its true nature will surprise you later on. Next, we are introduced to a military camp of bears, where a group of rookie bears are undergoing rigorous training. These bear-like creatures, resembling Care Bears, must push themselves to the limit due to an ongoing conflict with the unicorns. As night falls, the camp inmates prepare for sleep, and we discover that among them is a mean-spirited bear named Blue, accompanied by his plump and mistreated younger brother. In the rookie team, we also meet Strawberry Bear, Tooth Bear, Panda Bear, Strong Bear, and two nearly identical bears that could be mistaken for degenerate pigs. Within the group, a confrontation erupts between Blue and Strawberry, resulting in Blue viciously attacking him. However, their scuffle is interrupted when a new rookie appears and delivers a punch to Blue's belly, causing him to flee the room in tears. Outside, Blue crosses paths with the camp priest and expresses his desire to become the best soldier among them. In response, the priest offers Blue a copy of the sacred book, akin to the bear's Bible, for him to read. Early the next morning, Blue begins to peruse the manuscript and discovers a revelation within its pages. According to the sacred book, God created the paradise now known as the magical forest and populated it with various species, living freely in harmony. However, one day, the bears stumbled upon the sacred book, which bestowed upon them moral knowledge and order. They established their own civilization, ascending as a superior race upon discovering the existence of God. This evoked envy from the unicorns, who declared war on the bears and expelled them from paradise. From that moment, they awaited the prophecy of a chosen bear who would drink the blood of the last unicorn, thus becoming a beautiful and eternal deity who would lead their people back to paradise. After reading the book, Blue's spirits are uplifted, and he resolves to work diligently to become the chosen one. Despite his efforts, there is another rookie who surpasses him, the Smoking Bear, who had beaten him the previous night. Filled with rage and envy, Blue breaks down once again, recalling the separation of his parents when he was young due to his mother's infidelity. This traumatic event saddened his father and placed immense pressure on Blue to excel, hoping to earn respect. Adding to his burden, his mother spent more time with Gordy, her brother, which only fueled Blue's envy toward his paunchy pink sibling. Thus, he grew up harboring deep resentment, transforming into an evil bear obsessed with being the best, regardless of the consequences. Meanwhile, the priest summons the inmates for mass and instills further hatred towards the unicorns, recounting their banishment from the magical forest, emphasizing the bears' rightful dominion. Additionally, the drill sergeant subjects them to brutal and merciless training, molding them into ruthless killing machines devoid of emotion. Since the rookies prove to be inadequate, the camp colonel plans to employ them as pawns in the conflict against the unicorns. Consequently, he orders the sergeant and the priest to accompany the inmates into the forest to locate a missing squad. During the mission, hunger consumes the soldiers, and they stumble upon glowworms. The priest warns them not to consume the creatures, as the sacred book declares them highly dangerous. However, the reckless instructor disregards his warning, and minutes later, everyone begins to devour the peculiar creatures. As the hallucinogenic properties of the worms take hold, chaos ensues. The following day, the bears awaken in ruins, suffering the consequences of their poisoning. In one of the darkest scenes, the perverted twins are discovered lifeless, victims of the worm's effects, as one brother inadvertently crushed the other. Amidst the chaos, the distraught sergeant takes command of the mission, leaving the unhappy sergeant behind. On the other hand, Maria continues her search for her mother and arrives at a vast lake. As she drinks from its waters, her horn suddenly illuminates, and she begins to communicate with her mother. Her mother explains that it is now Maria's turn to protect the forest, as a powerful evil force is emerging and posing a threat. Tearfully, she bids farewell to her daughter, expressing her deep love. We see that Maria's mother is in a secluded area of the forest, using her magical powers to communicate with her daughter through the water. She then utilizes her gifts to revive the vegetation in the area, revealing that the unicorns are actually the guardians of the forest and the true heroes of this story. In contrast, the little bears are the villains, seeking to forcefully claim the forest as their own. Soon after, their link arrives with the others, launching a merciless attack on Maria's mother, ultimately sending her to the afterlife. In that moment, her unicorn companions appear and retaliate, dousing the bears and eliminating several of them. Despite the priest's deceit, sacrificing himself to vanquish the magical horses by detonating a grenade, Blue and Gordy survive the battle, with the Smoking Bear suffering serious injuries. Seizing the opportunity, Blue seeks revenge on his rival, callously disregarding his brother's pleas to spare him. Not content with that act, Blue cannibalistically consumes the body of the Smoking Bear, satisfying his insatiable appetite. The following morning, a kind-hearted bear, tired of the atrocities committed by Blue, confronts him and emerges victorious, proving his true worth. And if you thought you had witnessed the worst of Blue, you were mistaken. At night, during their link, Blue recalls a childhood memory, revealing that he had poisoned his own mother, sending her to the afterlife. This heinous act was driven by his jealousy over the relationship she had with Gordy. Upon waking, Blue's link encounters a young tree that Maria had been playfully observing with her friend. Suddenly, Blue attacks them, injuring the young unicorn. However, the smallest unicorn charges at him with her horn and hurls him into the river. Due to the fall, Blue's link sustains severe injuries. Fortunately, he is discovered by soldiers who bring him to the camp hospital. There, they not only save his life but also promote him in the army for being the sole survivor of the mission, turning the evil bear into a fabricated war hero. However, his face is disfigured from the battle, resembling Darth Vader, and he wears a mask to conceal his grotesque appearance. Nevertheless, he manages to survive alone in the forest. Meanwhile, the good-natured and paunchy bear assists in healing Maria's wounds. Their bond grows, and they become great friends, mutually caring for one another. Returning to Blue, he assumes his role as lieutenant and leads the soldiers across the magical forest. Unfortunately, he engages in discussions with his superiors to destroy the forest. However, the colonel refuses, knowing that ending the war would diminish the military's power. Fueled by his diabolical nature, Blue orchestrates a rebellion and eliminates the high command, seizing complete control of the army. Mobilizing the bear troops, he sets the forest ablaze, wreaking havoc on the ecosystem. The monkeys, instead of protecting the forest, remain indifferent and continue to idolize the evil creature, allowing the spread of evil throughout the region. Aware of the dire situation, the unicorns gather to defend the forest and engage in a battle against the bears. Maria responds to the call of her companions, and in her journey, she encounters the gasoline base, learning that her bloodthirsty brother is responsible for such cruelty. Moments later, the unicorns besiege the bears' camp, reigniting the brutal conflict of the past. The bears defend themselves by launching arrows and grenades, resulting in the deaths of several unicorns. However, the unicorns endure, overcoming the enemy's trenches and decimating a significant number of bears. From above a hill, Blue bombards the unicorns, prompting Maria to intervene. In the process, she sustains serious injuries. Desperate to help Maria, Gordy rushes to her aid and, donning a hero's cape, throws a torch at the gunpowder, causing an explosion. The brothers reunite, and Blue removes his mask to reveal his true face to Gordy. Upon seeing his brother's vulnerable state, Gordy shows him compassion, offering comfort. This gesture deeply affects Blue, leading him to regret his actions, and they embrace, with Blue tearfully seeking forgiveness. However, this moment of kindness is short-lived, as Blue, observing Gordy's intention to heal Maria, grabs a stone and strikes his poor brother's head forcefully. Not content with his previous acts, the perverse bear then eliminates the young unicorn and consumes her blood, believing this will fulfill the prophecy and make him the chosen one. However, fate takes a different turn. From the lifeless body of Maria, a monstrous beast emerges, devouring Blue's remains and subsequently transforming into a human. This entity proceeds to traverse the once paradisiacal forest, now a blood-soaked battleground filled with destroyed unicorns and bears. Additionally, the monkeys, who rejoiced at the forest's ruin, follow this person's footsteps, revealing that humanity arises from this great evil. It is this darkness, fueled by hatred and envy, that drives humans to fight each other and destroy nature.